This week on Outdoor Junkies, we'll be heading over to southeastern Wisconsin to fish on Lake Geneva for panfish and walleyes. Junkie style.
Alright junkies, I'm on Lake Geneva. I'm on the piers fishing for panfish. Don't want to be too loud about where I'm at because I actually got two nice keepers. A couple people are on the pier, so we're just going to keep it quiet and see what we can do. Stay tuned.
So today I'm using custom jigs and spins tungsten ice fishing lures. I really like the way how these drop down fast. The water clarity is so clear I can actually watch the fish come in and grab the bait. I'm also tipping each jig with trout worms and red worms. It's middle to end of May and the bluegills, pumpkins, and crappies are coming in. I like to fish the piers this time of year. It's one of the things that I look forward to the most. Before I get my boat out, I usually just hit the lake piers and try and see what I can do on the bluegills and crappies. It's such a fun day of fishing. Just for the simple fact that you can spot fish, you can see them. The water clarity is so clear in this lake. The piers stack up with fish, and it's just a really fun day to walk around on the piers. There's usually quite a few people out. Today I'm pretty fortunate. There's only a few other people fishing. So today I'm using size 10 Tutsos. I'm also using, I think it's size 4 or 4.5 millimeter check eyes. And then I'm using a wide variety of the My Moon jig. For more information on the jigs that I'm using, check out customjigs.com. Now, all these jigs are tungsten jigs. I really like how quickly they drop down when you have the bait on them. The key is to keep your line tight. I'm not using a bobber. I'm basically spot fishing, walking around the piers, looking underneath the piers with a nice pair of polarized glasses. You can actually see the fish swimming around or pooled up. I also like to pitch into some of the shadows underneath the piers and the structure on the side of the piers. And a lot of times these fish, they're just hanging out on the backside of a motor on a boat that's parked, the front of a pier in the sun. And the nice thing is that using the tungsten jigs, it gives me the ability to really get that bait down there. A lot of times the smaller fish will be grouped together towards the front and towards the top of the water, and you got to get it past them, or you're just going to go through all your bait. The bigger fish are hanging out generally on the bottom, and it doesn't take long, and I really started pounding some really nice gills. The majority of these gills are anywhere from 8 to 10 inches on average. A lot of times I'm throwing back the 6 to 4s just because this body of water has such a abundance of really great pan fishing.
There's a good one. That was cool. He came up and over that pump to nail it. That was cool. Big rock bass.
Damn, that's a big rock bass. Wow. Look at the size of that slobbo.
I ended up with probably about a dozen gills and a couple crappies. So really, really good day of fishing. Stay tuned for more junkie action. Welcome back to Outdoor Junkies. So today we'll be joining Andrew Malone with Brian Hoosier of Bait Box on the Rock and Dale Helgeson. They'll all be out fishing for walleyes and panfish on Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
Love the sound of the Pro XS when it starts up.
So what's the plan for today? We're gonna come out to this weed edge over here where I've been getting some fish. We're gonna do a little pitching. I'm gonna try some Walleye Nation Creation death jigs. I don't know if Brian's gonna try a death jig or rip and wrap, or we're gonna play around with a lot of different baits just to see what we can get them go on.
We're ready to go. How you doing, junkies?
Junkies on the loose, huh? This will be about the shortest run you're ever gonna have. Back there. Yeah, all kinds of colors. We've been getting them a lot of that type of color. Fire Tiger has been good.
Has it?
Okay. Been getting some on gold.
Okay.
And chartreuse.
So we're gonna start with a Dr. Real Good. It's a
What's up?
shiver minnow. Setting it up on a St. Croix Legend X 6/8 medium extra fast. What I like to snap jig with, and that's paired up with the Daiwakage. Fantastic reel.
So like here I'm turning the direction of my active target by just twisting my hand. It's got a little gearbox in here that the cable runs through, and the cable runs through the pole so it's not hanging in the water. It's turning the transducer.
Oh,
It turns the transducer around to whatever direction you want it to go.
That's awesome.
It's a slick setup.
Wow.
They just came out, this was actually a prototype. They just came out at ICAST with their new model of brackets, which is a little more easier to use, but super convenient.
So are you fishing out the back edge of the weed line?
Yeah, we're fishing right off the back end of the weed line. If we're getting into too many gills, we'll just move a little deeper. But we've been getting them pretty steady in there.
We're doing a lot of snap jigging.
Not a ton, but I have. I've done it out here a little bit.
Yeah.
But usually I catch everything but walleyes when I do it. that's most of the time out here.
Right.
And night fishing's always the best out here.
Yeah.
But there's some fish to be had.
Are you throwing a crawler?
I'm throwing a death jig. So what it is it's a jig with a prop. Then it has a swivel with a treble, and then a death hook. And this thing gets to rotating around. And then you usually tip it with a crawler. I've tipped it with leeches, artificial stuff, artificial crawlers. But it gives a lot of action, plus it gives it some light baits, but it's great for killing big walleyes with them.
So pretty nice to get out of the office for the day.
Sure is.
End of the day.
It sure is. It's always nice to be able to get out on the water. Absolutely. I don't do it enough, that is for sure. Oh, I must have got into some of that green slime now. I can feel something on there.
Touch bottom, you're getting that or zebra mussels.
Yep. Yeah, I've had a couple little zebras I don't know if I've ever seen them so small, and I was figuring out how the heck did I possibly hook them. You got any feel goods over there, Drew?
Negative so far.
Okay, well,
Got a couple zebra mussels.
yeah. That is those snipers. That is compatible with both live target and Panoptics and
Yep.
yeah. Never catches rock bass over here.
Oh, that's a nice skill.
Nice skill, Gilly.
Drop shot and bluegills on Lake Geneva. Not quite what we're after. We're after what's eating these.
Stay tuned for more junkie action. Welcome back to Outdoor Junkies.
These days, the days are long, the nights go on, my nails are getting sharp.
For the first 2 hours, we just sat there, and it was like, you know, as clear as the lake is. It was like looking in an aquarium down there, but there was no fish in the aquarium. And then all of a sudden, the sun started hitting the treetops over there, and just like that, the fish rose up. They were underneath the mat of weeds, and just before the sun went down, it's like they rose right up out of the weeds, and then all of a sudden it was bing, 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 and I think 27 bluegills and sunfish we went home with that afternoon.
Nice.
And we caught them all within a half hour, 45 minutes.
I'm dying for more. I'm dying for more. For something that I never felt, that I never felt before. Stay low, the more you show, you make yourself a moving target.
All right, we are hooked up finally here.
Walter or Smalley?
Well, we will find out here. Oh, that looks like a walleye. Pike?
No,
No, that's a walleye. Nice.
Oh, that's a nice one. I seen him for a second. Oh, no.
No way.
That was a good one.
That was a good fish, too. Snap me right off. Wow.
should have caught that one.
Wow.
Should have caught that one. I was ready with the net, too.
You were ready with the net.
He made it anywhere close. He was coming in the boat, but
He's about 10 feet.
Them are the ones that hurt. That was a nice fish, too.
you found a 32-incher.
You even went down with the rod. I saw it.
Yeah.
I can only put you on fish.
I guess I needed a little more drag on that one. All right, check that drag.
Still on?
Oh, yeah.
See him? Oh, yeah. There you go. That's about a 20.
Whoa.
Yeah, 18 and a half, maybe 19.
There's a stick in that compartment right there, the side one.
Very nice.
If you open the live well, there's a measure.
Well, 19.
There you go.
All right, Drew.
Hi, man.
Drew the ice.
Third time was the charm.
Oh boy. Way to go.
That
All
one
right.
stuck.
That one stuck. Must have had it in the back hook.
You gotta set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it.
Well, I tell you, that stick that I set the hook into wasn't going anywhere. The walleyes, on the other hand, have been problematic.
Stay tuned for more junkie action. Welcome back.
Yeah, it did. Something just whammied it.
Will go.
Yeah, I think so. Yep. Nice one.
Nice bluegill.
He's huge. Another nice gill.
North to south. Bluegill film.
Yeah, so we can catch walleyes.
The smallest zebra mussel of all time. Just hatched. Lovely specimen.
There.
Ooh. Not ooh.
Stay on there, buddy.
Nope, there he is.
There, a nice one. There we go.
Oh boy, I'm not
Sweet.
focused very well here.
Yeah, buddy. There you go,
Awesome.
Brian. Nice.
Thanks, man. Bring him in. Maybe a little smaller than yours. Definitely gonna need pliers because he swallowed that sucker.
Oh yeah, he chomped her.
They're right by your leg there, Brian.
My leg.
Yep. The leech.
Yes.
Really?
Leech was the ticket, huh?
You want to measure him?
Sure.
Measuring stick's right over there behind.
You can just set him on the. I guess he's in the live one. Should have the right one.
It was. You gotta hold on to him, dude.
Yeah, he's 19 and a half.
There you go.
Good eating.
Lively.
Yes, they are.
Sorry to fish your boat up.
Unfortunately, the weather came in. We had a torrential downpour and had to put away the camera gear. We headed back to the boat launch, but we did have a great time fishing with Brian and Dale and Andrew. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Outdoor Junkies. Tune in next week for more junkie action.
Is it pulling back at all?
If you let it go down, it's going to want to keep going down.
I don't want to snap this rod. Here, you give her. It's your rod.
Oh, come on.
What are the odds? You guys both.
Do I have this?
You guys both caught the same line.
I think I got the. I must have the buoy. Look at it.
Oh, yeah. You might have the buoy.